Hello, hello. How are you doing today? Hi, everybody. Today I am going to try to make a magic slider card. I don't have any measurements figured out, but I'm going to try to figure it out. Have been seeing this card for a couple of years, and have you noticed the last couple of times I've went live, I've been doing cards I've never done before, because I'm trying to learn how to do all these things. And I figured if I can do them, everybody else can do them. Hi, Danny. Hey, Danny, listen. The lady that was going to do that interview, she canceled. Good morning, Melissa. So that lady that was going to do the interview, the ginger cat lady, she canceled. So there's going to be no interview on the 8th. So that's been canceled. You're welcome. So, I still am going to be on Saturday night at 8 p.m. with the BBCA, which is Broke Bank Craft Along. It's going to be a 3-day thing with Stamper Girl and then a bunch of others, but on hi, Shanna. So on this Saturday night, the 2nd, May 2nd, at 8 p.m. Eastern, I think is the time. I hope I'm giving the right information. I will be on live with Delise, Stamper Girl. So, y'all be there. Support. Show your support. Let people know that you might somewhat like me. Alright, so, I've been watching these videos on how to make a magic slider card. I didn't write down any. You can't type? Don't feel bad. I can't type either. Hi, Lee. Welcome. So, if you know what a magic slider card is, it's a card where I need a piece of acetate. See, I didn't think all this through. I need a piece of acetate. I know I have some around here. It's a card where you'll have a black and white image, and then when you pull it up and it comes up out of there, then you have a color image up here. Yeah, I can't talk either. You're right. Can't type or talk. Words are hard. So, let's start with figuring out what size we want this card. So, I'm going to take me a piece of 8.5 by 11 paper, and I'm using really thick cardstock, so use what you got though. So I'm going to cut this down to half here, so I have 2 of these, and then I'm going to cut me some panels. I need to remember where I did with my acetate. I know I have some. Let's see, maybe I have some in this thing over here. I definitely need acetate for this. I don't know if I have any in here. See, this is when you should plan things ahead, Linda. You're flying to Idaho Saturday. Oh, well, that's okay. You can always catch the replay. I know you don't really care for live replays because you're not involved in the chat, but let me look in here and see if there's any acetate in here. This is my paper from Crop and Create. I ended up using my own paper this time. Let's see. So I have some left over here. There should be. There we go. There's some acetate right there. Ta-da! That's watercolor paper. I don't want to use that. Let me put this back. Let me wrap this back up. This is the really good special paper. I try not to use it unless I absolutely have to, like right now. I need a piece of acetate. And I don't want to go searching all over. Well, when you get to Idaho, you tell Miss Hannah that I said hello. And hug each other for me. Probably sounds weird because you've never met me in person, but give each other a hug for me. Since I can't physically hug anybody right now, maybe I'll feel the love that way. Anyway, so I'm going to cut me. I gotta figure this out. So I want my card to be 4 1/4 by 5.5. This is a regular A2 card base. So I'm going to use my nesting dies. Well, wait, let's cut this acetate down into let's cut it down. So put this piece back with the other stuff so I don't lose it, so I have it for when I finish those classes. Oh, of course she says yay. I can feel the love already. Can you feel the love tonight? Wackadoo, wackadoo, wackadoo. That'd be me and you. Wackadoo, wackadoo. Alright. So I want there to be a frame on the card. Right? And I want to be able to pull it up so that you have the color here. But when you push it down, it's only black and white. So, think, Linda, think, think, think. So we have our A2s. Let's say about this one. Let's measure it. Let's see. Yeah, that's a good frame size right there. So I need one that's big, about 2 sizes bigger than that though, for the frame of it. Yeah, that'd be a good frame for it. That'd be a good frame. So my image would be in here. So I'm going to cut all my pieces this size, and then I'll cut a window out. Let's make the frame first. What do we want it to look like? I'm going to use the mice that I've been using with the flowers because, well, they're cute. And they're on my desk. So I'm trying to think, what colors do I want for my mice with the pretty flowers? That's a pretty cardstock, right? Wait. I have some other cool flower stuff, other cool stuff. I think I have something bright in this pack. I was trying to do some sketches with that stuff there, and I haven't figured that out yet. Let's see, what do I want? What would go good? This paper is beautiful, but that's so many flowers. Dang. Let's see. I like the watermelon, but we don't have watermelons or oranges with our... Isn't there something yellow? Here's yellow. Here we go. The back side of this. That'll be a good frame for the front of our card. Okay. We got that. Guys, this is how my brain works. Hi, Cheryl. Lazy Linda. Yeah. I'm not that lazy when I'm trying to figure things out, though. Alright. So, I need a frame. And I want to make this my frame. So, I'm going to take my die. And I'm going to cut it a piece like this. Guys, I woke up this morning and I had an atrocious headache. It ended up causing me... I was getting a little worried. Not sure if I should call 911 or not. Because I started throwing up and everything. It kind of scared me. Because it reminded me of how I felt when I had that stroke. It was awful. And then I went back to sleep, though, and I woke up okay. I was like, whew. Yeah. That was for the mouse stamp comment. Oh, okay, Lazy Linda for the mouse stamp. Well, I could pull out something else. Would y'all rather see rub-ons or something? No, because I don't... I gotta do a stamp. I'm gonna assume, I hope, by the way, the acetate, it needs to be heat resistant. If you want to do any embossing. And I'm gonna have to be able to heat set the ink, because ink on acetate, it smudges. Yes, I have to do a stamp. Has to have a stamp, so. Alright, let's cut our frame. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Can she do it? If you notice, I put that in the title, because I don't know if I can do this or not. I didn't write any measurements down. I just watched several people. One of them was a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. J- Um, Jennifer McGuire did one kind of too, but it was, the color piece didn't come up. But it was still kind of like, no, I didn't put it at an angle. I'm going to get a speed bump going here. Hi, Sharon. How you doing? You know, I was watching Jimmy this morning when I wasn't feeling good. I had him on, and I heard Sean talking to you. It was too loud on my head, though. I ended up having to turn it off. But I heard you had a migraine for days. I'm glad you're feeling better. It was weird that you were talking about having a migraine, and here I was suffering with one this morning. All right. So we got our pretty little frame. We got our pretty frame. That'd be pretty for a background, but we're not, you need a background right now. Okay, okay. This is not thought out. This is not planned. Have any of you ever made, hey Scotty J, hey Denise, have any of you, I've done one, but my lack and white on front. Oh, yours was black and white? I'm going to assume you meant black and white, not lack. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad you're feeling better. Thank you, Shanna. Yeah, I kind of was getting scared, you know. When I get really bad headaches, I get worried because the last time I had a bad headache like that, I ended up in ICU for 7 days. So, me being here alone, I'm like, well, what if I go to sleep and I don't wake up? Who's going to find me? My dog will starve to death. These are the thoughts that go through my head, y'all. That's that crap that runs through my head. Oh, we could have done it with a circle, too. I got my circle dies sitting out still. All right. So we have that piece. Now we need the pieces. This is going to be the magic slider piece. We're just going to put it on to a cardstock. So I need another piece. I need a couple more pieces. Oh, you know what? That's not how they do it. That's not how they do it at all, Linda. That's going to be the front of it, though, so let's put that aside. I need a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. Oh, Linda, what are you doing? I don't even know. Oh, my 12 by 12 is out on the dining room table. Isn't it? Isn't it? No, I got some right here. Well, this is just one of those demo cards, so. Let's see. Oh, my word. Sunflower. This is paper. I don't want paper. I want cardstock. Okay, that's cardstock. I'm looking through a paper pad. Y'all probably can't, well, I know you can't see it. I'm looking through my box of cardstocks here that I have. Trying to find a piece of cardstock. I wish there was white in this batch, but there's not. And my white's out on the dining room table, and I know, oh, here we go. This one will go good with it, I think, if it's visible. That'll go okay, right? For demo's sakes? Yeah. That'll work. Alright. Now, our height is 4 1/4. Silly Linda, says Danny. I know. Alright, so I need to keep this at 12 inches. But I want a piece that is 4 1/4 inches tall. So we're going to go 4 1/4. So what'll happen is we're going to score this in 3 different spots. This is what happens when you don't write instructions and you're all over the place when you're Linda. Alright, we're going to take this 12-inch paper and we're going to score it at 4 inches. That ain't going to work. I need 3 sections. So we're going to score it at 4 1/4. And then we need another 4 1/4. So I'm moving it over, which would be 8 1/2 if you were using a big scoreboard. So 4 1/4 and 8 1/2. So I'm just going to do another 4 1/4. We're going to have to trim this piece off, this side off. I think we'll get it done. I think I'll be able to do it. It's just I go a roundabout way of doing this. I'll figure another way out with instructions for somebody who just wants instructions straight out how to do it right. But, alright. So, if these are each 4 1/4, I want this one to be just a little bit smaller. So, I'm going to cut it off at 4. So, I'm going to take this score line, and I'm going to put it on the 4, and then I'm going to trim this edge off. So I'm going to put this on the 4. Make sure it's on the 4. And then that's going to take a 1/4 inch off. This will be the inside piece. This will be inside. Okay. Okay. Is that the right? It's not the right height. I didn't do something right. But that's okay. It'll be okay. We'll figure it all out. Throw that to the side. That was a... Alright, so now I've got 3 pieces. I've got 1. See how it doesn't reach all the way? We don't want it reaching all the way because we don't want it to block in here. Well, that didn't fold all the way there. That's not going to work, Linda. You didn't do that right. It'll work because it'll be on the back side of a card base. I should figure this stuff out before I go live. That was a throw by Linda, right? That's not right. That's not right. We're going to change these score lines to 4. So we're going to put... That is at 4. Oh, there it is. There's our problem. Cut that down to 4. This is how I figure things out. Y'all craft like this. Hey, Winston! How you doing? It still doesn't reach all the way. But we can make that the inside. And now we have it completely closed. And we can just make that the inside. This is 3 1/4, not 4 1/4. But it's too tall. There we go. We're just getting smaller and smaller as we go, guys. Alright. Alright. We're going to cut out of the center here this little piece out. I'm going to make a magic slider card today. May not be the right way to go about it. It might be a roundabout way of getting it done, but I'm going to do it. By George, I'm going to figure this out. I understand the mechanism inside, how it has to work. So I just got to get this piece figured out. I cut that. So what are you getting into today? Anybody else crafting right now? Danny's just chilling. She's chilling like a villain. Did y'all watch scrapbook.com today? They were live. They did a pretty cool technique that would be something I'd like to try. But I gotta get the want to do this out of my system first. Denise, I saw you said Linda. And I said, Denise. Are you working today, Denise? Alright. I work for hours, and all the bluebirds, the feeling true birds, pretty little babies. I'm so in love with you. Alright, so we have this that looks like that, right? With our smaller piece on the inside here. Alright, now we need a piece of white cardstock that will fit in here. So we need it to be 4 1/4 tall. And about 3/4 of an inch wide. So we're going to cut it down to 4 1/4. That's our height. And then we need it to be 3 1/4 inch wide. Okay. It goes in there. We need 2 of those though. We need another one because I didn't do, only because I didn't do a white thing here. Oh, you're driving people crazy? That's cool. Denise is driving right now. And Melissa says driving people crazy. So I need this to be 4 1/4 tall, 3/4 wide. Alright. What's going to happen is, one of these are going to stay glued down. Normally, if you use some pattern paper, use something with a white background, so that way that'll be white. So this one will be glued in here. And then this one will be on this side of it. Oh, we need it smaller because it needs to be able to slide in and out. So I didn't make it small. I didn't do the 3/4. I cut it at 4 or something. I don't know. Let's cut this up. Now let's see. It needs to be able to slide in and out. Nope. Let's try 3 1/2. We got 3, right? No, here's my 3. Okay, 3 1/2. So that's wide. What did I just do? Oh my gosh, Linda. Let's try this again. 4 1/4 height. 3 1/2 inches wide. There's 3 and a half. I can't see my 3 down here anymore. So I have to look up here now and make sure that that lines up. It does. All right. All right, there we go. I actually think it needs to be a little bit smaller because I need to be able to have little stopper thingies. So let's go down another 1/4 inch. But I want to make sure that I'm still covering that frame, and I am. There we go. There we go. And then that gives us room for stoppers. Okay. All right. I need the acetate also. Where did I do with that? Oh my gosh. Acetate is invisible. Can we find it? Here we go. We need it to be the same size as this. So this was 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So we're going to cut this down. 3 1/4. 3 1/4. Yes. And I'm going to cut this down to 4 1/4. All right. Now, these two match up. Okie dokie pokies. Ooh-wee, baby. Ooh-wee. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right. Now, I'm going to need a stopper for here to go on here, a little something to keep so this edge isn't just wide open. So I need like a little border something. What kind of fancy dies do I have that I could do that with? I got a ton of them. What do I got that I can use? What do I got where I can grab it and use it? Good thing you weren't sitting there, Trixie, when Mommy's dropping everything, huh? Ah, baby girl. A border die is what I'm looking for right now. I'm looking for a border die. And our border die from our Spellbinders Die of the Month will work. This will work. So we know we need it to be 4 inches this way. Need it to be 4 inches. I'm feeling true, birdie. Baby, I'm so in love with you. I can make you mine. 4 inches wide. Okay, I need y'all's brains. Half of 1 1/2 is 3/4, right? Before I cut anything, I want to half. Yes, okay. All right, thanks, Melissa. All right, so I want this paper to be 1 1/2. Then there's 1 1/2. 1 1/2 by 4. By 4. And then we're gonna. Oh, I got a mess. That means I had fun crafting. All right, then I want to score this. That's where I wanted to know the half mark. And then we're gonna score this at 3/4. And we're just gonna go just like so. And we're going to make a weird border. Now guys, when you plan this out and you've got everything, you know what you're doing and got it all figured out, you can plan it out. And then your cardstocks can match better and everything. But, where'd the paper I just cut go? Oh, we could have just done that. Oh my God, it's in my hand. The die. I need the die. All right. Normally, you would cut this like that, right? So that you would get a piece that looks like this. But I don't want that like that. I only want a design on the top here. I just want this paper to make a little design. So, I'm going to bring this right here like this. But I also want to make sure that it's going to cover this piece. Like so. Because it's going to be the part that goes on the bottom to stop it. Alright. So I'm just going to die cut this. Just like this. These are all of our little all of our pieces that we need. We'll go over that. We'll recap over that. So anybody decides they want to do this, they don't have to go through all my mumbo jumbo messiness. I can give you just straight out. Remind me towards the end. You were saying in my hand. It's in your hand, Linda. Oh my gosh. We should worry about Linda. We really should. Alright, we're going to die cut that to give us a fancy edged border. Fancy edged border. With being lazy and not searching all over, you know, for some, I have fancy borders. It's just a matter of finding them. Severe thunderstorm watch till 9 tonight. Oh no. Hey, I never saw if you answered me about whether you work or not tonight, Denise. I didn't see that. This is going to work twofold, guys. This is going to be the part that goes on the outside. And then one of these can go on the inside. And this will help be our stopper for our card here. See? Yeah. Yeah. I think it'll work. By George, I think it'll work. Alright. The only thing we need now is we need a small circle. We need a small circle. If you got a circle punch, you can just use a circle punch. Okay, you work tonight and tomorrow night. Okay. This is probably too big. This is probably too big. Maybe not, though. This one's probably too small. Nope, that one's going to be perfect. Alright, so we need a little circle. So we're just going to cut the little circle out of this cardstock here. I'm doing this all from memory of what I saw done. I go and I search videos, guys, from like 7, 8, 5 years ago. And it's like, bring back the cards that people have made. Remember this? Remember how you did this? The newer people coming into this get to learn. You know? A lot of times you find a new channel, they're not showing you their older videos. And them older videos, there's so much to learn in. Alright, so we got our circle. I think we're done with the die cuts. By George, I think we're done with the die cuts. Alright, let's put our circles. Put all of our circles back. I swear I'm missing a circle or two. Oh, nice. I don't have any spellbinders or anything like that coming. I'm still waiting on my order from Inky Stamper that I ordered back on the 18th. But other than that, I haven't been ordering any craft stuff or doing any of that. I've been good. I've been maintaining here. Alright, this one is my doubled up piece, and this one is for the inside. One of these is for the inside. Okay. So this is what we have. Where's my acetate piece? Here it is. Here's my piece of acetate. Now sometimes acetate will have a film on it. This one doesn't. And it's getting all dusty and crusty. That's not cool. What's in your spellbinders order? So this is what we have for this card. We have our acetate and our regular piece, and we cut them at 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. We have the outside border piece, our outside border piece, our inside border piece, a small circle, okay? This gets glued to this, so if you use pattern paper with white on the back, you don't need this. But we got that, which I'm going to trim that. And then we got this piece. So that's what you need. If you use pattern paper with white on the back, you don't need this piece. But I didn't, so I needed this. And I'm going to cut just a hair off so it doesn't put bulk in the fold. Oh, that's cool. Y'all got spellbinders coming. And I'm just going to take like an 1/8 off of it. Just don't want... Wait. Okay, I don't want the height taken off. I just want the side taken off. So I'm going to take an 1/8 off. Alright. So now I should be able to do my stamping and put the card together. My stamping, coloring, and put everything together. Let's put this where it goes. Let's get all this stacked up neatly here. And this is we're gonna do some easy coloring with stencils. So let's go ahead and glue this to this so I don't get confused what I'm doing here. And then that'll sturdy up that score line that doesn't belong there. Oh. Looking for my glue runner. Right here. Tape runner. So because this is going to hang off, I'm going to put the tape on this piece. So I'm just going to tape it like this. And like I said, if you use pattern paper with a white background, you ain't got to worry about this part I'm doing right now. No. This is not yet. Not yet. This is to cover up this piece of card piece here because it needs to be white here. This is pretend this is part of this and it was a white back on. I didn't use white back pattern paper, so I need a white back. See? So when I have my stamped image, you can see it. See what I'm talking about? See what I mean? Okay. Now we're going to do our stamping. Yeah, that was an extra step that if you use pattern paper with a white back, you don't have to do. All right, now we're going to stamp. This is where it gets fun. All right. We're going to do our white cardstock first. You guys can't see. You guys can't see the bottom of my screen. I don't know why that is like that, but it is. Alright. I know that the frame that I cut out, that's my window that you'll get to see. So I want to make sure that I'm within this frame for stamping purposes. So to help myself with that, I'm going to put a little corner line here, a little corner line here, and then right there, and right there. So that'll keep me in bounds here. That'll keep me within this section here. And I can just erase those lines. They probably won't be visible later. Only using this so I can see where my design is going. Okay. Now, do I want the mouse, the flower, or do I want the one with the pot? I might want both of them. Who knows, right? Let's see. Yes, definitely. Definitely using my Misty because I have to line them up in exactly the same spot. So I'm going to have my mouse with the flower. I'm going to have my little bee buzzing. And I'm going to have my little bee have a little bee trail. It's going to be simple. Not going to be anything crazy. And I'm probably, you know what, instead of pulling out the stencils, I think it'd just be faster and easier if I just color with. Let's bring it down a little further. Since I'm going to have all this space, I'm going to have all the way up to here. That's going to, well, I got that border thing that goes over. So about to there, I'm going to have visible. So we can do it like this, and like this. No, go up here. Get your eraser to move these around. Let's do our little bumblebee. I caught a little baby bumblebee. Won't my mommy be so proud of me? I'm bringing home a baby bumblebee. Ouch, he stung me. Alright, I'm putting this up a little higher because I want to put I want to put friend, not friends, friend. I'm going to block off the S. And then we'll put remember, this is going to be colored. Yes, Melissa. I don't remember what she called it. Some kind of slider, magic slider. Yes. Yes, I'm making a magic slider. When you get the card, you're going to see a black and white image. But then when you pull it out, it's going to be color. It's going to be magic. It's magic, I tell you. All right, I'm going to move this magnet. Oh, right here. And I'm going to put the little "You Make Me Smile" right there. So everything that is in color, everything... Need another eraser. Need 2 erasers. One to hold it. One to get it unstuck. There we go. Because they stick to my fingers. So I want friend. And then right here, I want you make me smile. Just like that. Okay. Boom! Shaka-laka, laka, laka. Boom, boom, boom. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's in bounds, but it could be closer to the B. We'll move it over. There we go. All right, so I'm going to stamp this one with Memento. Actually, you think Memento will... I don't think it'll dry on acetate. Okay, put something over this metal stuff, Linda, so your Misty doesn't pick it up and you end up losing all your dyes. They probably will pick it up through it anyway. Alright. I'm going to use Memento ink if I can find it. Oh my gosh, it's right next to me. Bye, Sharon. Have a good day. I'm so glad you feel better. Alright. Alright. Guys, if I get this, if you notice in the title I put, can she do it? I don't know. Can I do it? I don't know. Alright. And then remember we cut that acetate to exactly the same size, but I think I want to heat emboss on the acetate because I think the ink will smudge, and I don't want my ink to smudge. But we're going to stamp exactly the same way on the acetate that we did here. Let's stamp one more time. Oh, this is nervousness. Can she do it? Friend. Oh, guys, I didn't take the S off. So, it'll have to be a card for multiple people, unless your friend has multiple personalities. Like Linda. Excuse me. Oh. Oh! Alright, we're leaving the stamps exactly where they are. We're going to find that piece of acetate now. Good luck, Linda. You should have done that first. What'd I do with it? Here it is. Alright. And we're going to take that out. We're going to take our acetate. We're going to stick it in the corner. We're going to put this magnet right there because we know... Actually... And then we're going to get our embossing powder. I'm just going to use the Tarot Expression one. And I'm just going to real good coat this up because I'm going to heat emboss this. I'm going to heat emboss it real good because I don't want no extra powder sticking. There we go. To my acetate. And we're definitely in the corner. Lined up just so. And then I'm going to get me looking for my Versamark. Let me make sure I've got my Raven over here. Where is it? Where's my embossing powders? I know I didn't put them away. Why would I do that? Why would I put them away? That wouldn't make any sense now, would it? I don't want alabaster. I don't want gold. I want Raven. Where's the Raven? Where'd the Raven go? There it is. There's Raven. I'm sorry, Trixie. Mommy didn't mean to step on you, baby. Alright. So I've got the Raven out. I got the Versamark. So, I'm going to wipe my stamp so any black regular ink is not on there. And I actually should use like, you know what? Let's use, where's my VersaFine? Let's use this one. That way we'll have some color to see on the acetate what we're doing. Yeah, you can use this if you want, but it's going to be harder to see because it's clear. So let's use this so we can... If you use heat-resistant acetate, yeah. And we're not going to be like holding it on for a long time. Heat embossing, you heat up your tool before you go to the stuff, so you're not doing it real long time. You'll see. And this stuff should be heat resistant. All right, so I'm just gonna ink this up with this. This one is Twilight. It's the only VersaFine I have, but it's a pigment ink, so it can be used for heat embossing. All right. It's going to have like a bluish color. Okay, here we go, guys. The final countdown. You don't want to smudge it. That looks good to me. We could actually use clear embossing powder but I want the black on there. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to pick it up carefully. I'm going to move my Misty out of the way. I'll put my stamps way in a little bit. Get me a scrap piece of paper over here somewhere. Set that down. See how it's got that bluish look to it? Because I used a Twilight color. But we're just gonna put our embossing ink powder on there. See how it's getting everywhere on there? And I don't want it sticking to all that. That's why I put so much powder on there. See how it's stuck everywhere? Everywhere but the ink. I'm going to have to go over this with a... I'm going to have to take a paintbrush to this. Definitely going to have to go over this with a paintbrush. Doesn't look like it's really sticking to the ink. It's sticking to all the plastic, but it don't look like it's sticking to my ink. I'm probably knocking it off the ink doing this, but it'll be alright. It'll either work or it won't, you know? I'm gonna have little black spots everywhere, y'all. I'm gonna have black spots everywhere. If you're good at embossing, this will be easy for you. If you're Jennifer McGuire, you won't have all this that I have. I'm gonna have smudges everywhere, guys. Sorry, this takes my brain to work here. Trying to be careful and get it without it. It's going to be inside my pot there. Where's my fine? My little fine point. It's the same damn brush, Linda. Where's... I don't know what ink would be good to use. Not ink. I don't know. Yeah, what ink would be good to use where you don't have to worry about embossing on acetate, because ink will smudge. I mean, I could just heat set just the ink, but ink smudges on acetate. I haven't figured out yet how to do it just so. But I'm working on learning, guys. Alright, this is going to have to be good enough. Gonna have to be good enough. Because I don't want to play with this all day. I just don't. I don't want to play with it all day. I'm going to have black smudges everywhere. But I'm not... There shouldn't be any black smudges on my color piece here. We still got to color that too. Alright, let's put this away. Let's put our embossing powder away. As one of my subscribers, and I don't want to say her name or anything because I don't know. She's never given me anything before, and she sent me a goodie, and I don't want to throw her name out because I don't know if she wants other people to know, but... Oh, maybe stays on, Will. Yeah, I'll have to get some and figure that out. Hey, Scott. Anyway, she sent me a desk vacuum and some rechargeable batteries, but I haven't put the batteries on charge yet. I need to put them on charge. I was waiting for them to cool off because they got delivered at my gate and they were hot. And I was like, I better wait. All right, let's get this heat embossed. That's funny. Alright, I'm going to let this tool heat up for a second. And I'm going to have smudges where I don't want. You see how it's got all this here? I don't want that there. Is that on the back? Did it get in? It's on the back. Yeah, I'm going to have smudges where I don't want smudges. That's one of the things I don't like about the embossing powder. Alright, that's probably long enough. Ooh, it wasn't heat resistant, y'all. No! Dadgummit, Linda. Hi, Lori. Okay. Guys, it wasn't heat resistant. We're gonna make it work anyway, because I'm not playing with this. Use heat resistant acetate, y'all. Will it still fit in there? It will. Everything's going to be funky, but it'll be alright. I can worry later. No. Cut another piece of acetate and stamp it again, Linda. That just looks like crap. Don't be lazy. Alright, don't heat up this acetate. Yeah, I know you were, but they have acetate that's heat resistant. I thought scrapbook.com sent, not scrapbook. I thought scrapbooking cards today for Crop and Crate. I thought they gave us heat resistant. I have heat resistant, but I don't know exactly where it is. You can do this on vellum too, but it wouldn't be as pretty and clear, pristine. Let's cut another piece of acetate and let's stamp it where it's... and then not touch it after we stamp it. Alright. We need to remember what size we needed. We need it to be 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So let's cut this piece down. No. No. You stamp on the acetate. This is what's going to be on the inside. We're going to color this in. Some cardstock on back and heat from back. Oh, okay, Shanna. But I'm not doing that again right this minute. I'm not trying it again. Alright, we're going to cut this down to 4 1/4. By 3 1/4. Okay. Let's do this again, but we're not going to emboss this time because this acetate. I don't want to take a chance that it's going to... Boy, that melted quick. It melted quick. Let's use our Memento ink and see what happens. I mean, what's the worst that could happen, right? Because you need to be able to see what's on the acetate. If I didn't have the white on the inside, you won't be able to see what's on the acetate. You'll see when I put it together. You'll get it. You'll understand. It'll all make sense once I put this together. All right. I need a permanent archival style or something ink. I don't know. Use what you got. Well, mask off the S. Too late. I already put it on there. I can't mask off the S because if I mask, then it won't match this. Let's ink it again because it's not very dark. It's not on there very well. Ooh. Too late. What were you saying? The S. Yeah, it's the S should have been done when I did the white piece. Just carefully put it because I don't want to smudge it. All right. Oh, that's barely visible, guys. You can barely see that. You can barely see that. We could see the pigment ink better. Let's do the pigment ink over it. Okay. Alright. You get it. Remind you, and you'll explain how you've done this before. Okay. And we gotta hope we're doing this correct anyway. So the whole idea, I get the mechanism idea. It blew my mind how simple it was. I kept watching people do these cards, and I'm like, it was magic. I'm like, what? Yeah, pigment probably won't dry, but hey, we'll be able to see it. Where'd it go? At least we can see it. See? See how that lines up like that? You'll see that? Okay. I mean, it's not perfect. But this is the first time I've ever done this, so. Now we're going to take that little circle and we're going to put some tape on it. And we're going to hope we don't touch our image. Oh no, we got to color our other image. Maybe this will dry a little while we color. Let's color this image first. Simple, easy color in here. Let's see. We're going to take our coral shade. We're going to use the light. I am not teaching you how to color. I am just putting some color down so you guys can get the idea. And then I'm going to color. I'm going to make my mouse a blue-gray. So this little mouse is going to be BG72, which is a blue-gray. Hey, cool. I'm glad. I'm just going to put that right there like that. He's a cool mouse. Then I'm going to go in with BG70. I'm just going to finish coloring his face and stuff. I'm going to fill it in. Just simple coloring, guys. Just simple. Throw some color down. And then I'm going to come in here with some YO 2.3, and these are all colors I've gotten from Crop and Create, guys, because I have not personally bought any Olos. I want to do the bumblebee too. I'm a little bumblebee. My mama be so proud of me. And then this other yellow is 2.2, so it's just one color lighter. Sorry for the noise my phone is making. I didn't put Do Not Disturb on. There we go. And then we need brown and green. Brown and green. Where'd the green go? Oh, we need pink for the ears, so we're going to use R5.1 for inside the ear and the nose. Okay, I don't know what's going on with that, but it needs to stop. YouTube notifications. People are going live or something. Hold on. Linda is a wild woman. You have friends. I'm subscribed to a lot of people, and they're posting videos apparently. Let's put on Do Not Disturb. I just got to remember to turn it off, because if Melissa tries to call me or anybody else tries to call me, I want to get the message and I want to see the phone calls. Okay. We did the pink. We don't need the pink. We needed to use the lighter yellow on the bee's face. It's, yeah. Just because. Alright. Then, we need a brown. Oh, so Lori doesn't mind people knowing. Okay, I need brown and then I need green. So I'm going to take... And this is just the tri-blends. That says that's mid. To me, it didn't look any different than the light. Come on with the dark. I'm just dotting it. We need the soil brown. Now we need green leaves and a green stem. Where's the green? Here's the green. And we're just going to use YG 8.3 and we're just going to color it all the same and we're not going to worry about any shading or any of that. I say that and then I go right out of the lines. Not quite dark enough as far as I'm concerned, so I'm going to come in with some darker green. So I'm going to go YG 8.5. Make it green. There we go. I get a little scared with the Olos ever since that purple one bleeds everywhere. Alright, let's go back to the yellow. Yellow fellow. Do. We'll do yellow and coral. Whether people like it or not, it won't really matter as long as the card works, right? Right. People will like it. Make it. They'll like it. Alright, we're going to do... Friends, you make me smile. See, it's a virtual card, guys. Because it's for all y'all. All of y'all. Can't smell y'all card in one place, so I can just do it online. Alright. And then we're going to go in with our light to match our... We're just going to... do what makes you happy. There we go. Okie dokie. Now, I don't think my ink is dry. And I'm scared to put heat to it. We could try it like Shanna said. And maybe not heat it up as much. Look, we got stuff all over. This stuff is so staticky. We got stuff all over this. And our make you smile isn't legible clear. It's... but it lines up. See how they line up? See that? Where's our circle? We need our circle. So now I'm going to take my circle. Yes, the craft community is extremely kind. I've never met a kinder group of people. What's going on here? Alright, I'm putting tape on both ends here. Oh, I should have scored it in the middle first. Oh, Linda. That's okay. We'll take our circle. Because I didn't score it, I'm going to go from the back. So it's going to go onto the white piece first. Right? And then I'm going to fold it over. like so. And then what's going to happen is that's going to make a hinge. You'll see this hinge? See the hinge? This is what's going to happen. We still got to put our stopper and everything on. Oh, and I got to erase my marks on there. But if that lines up properly, this is what's going to happen. This piece here, this is gonna go like this. It's gonna go over it, so that this is like this. See? You'll see that? And then when they pull it up, when they pull it out, it's gonna change to color. Melissa, don't be negative, Nelly, on me. It is gonna work. It is going to work. It may smudge, but it'll work, by God. Do you see? And then they pull it out, and ta-da, you got color. See? See? It's going to work, Melissa. Shh. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take our little Dumaflachi here, and we're going to double these up because we want them to be kind of, this is thin paper. If you didn't use thick paper, this cardstock's kind of thin now that it's been all, and we're going to glue them together. It is going to work. I do crack myself up a lot. Right. It is going to work. I saw them do it. I can do it too. And if I can do it, you can too, guys. I mean, somebody around here's got to make me laugh, and the ghost just ain't doing it. There ain't no ghost here. I'm being funny. All right. I'm going to glue these two together. Yes, technical term, Dumaflachi, not to that piece. Do it to the other one that's identical to it. Just like so. Gluing them together, and that just makes that thicker for me. Right? And then we know glue doesn't dry that fast on acetate. So we're going to go directly in. Right, Danny? We're not saying her name, though, because she's behaving herself down there. You know, it's been a while since she's been up in this chair. I think I finally got her broke from begging me to be up here. And we're just going to put tape on the... No, because then you can't see that, Linda. Push it down so that it's... So it's right here on the edge. Right here under the words, you make me smile. Now we'll cover the words, you make me smile, up a little. Only on the acetate. I don't want it on anything else. Don't smudge that more, Linda. Make sure, I'm going to, along the edge of this, I'm going to go along with my, because I feel like there's a little tape right there that I could feel sticky, and I don't want no sticky there. I want no sticky there, so I'm just going to come along with my anti-static powder. Right? We do. She needs a name that she won't know is her name. Baby girl. I don't know. I don't know what to call her. Just if I say her name, she'll be wanting to be up here with me. Okay. Alright, so we have that. Now for definitely. Need little itty bitty squares. Now I gotta remember how to do this. So this goes in here, just like so. I may have to trim this off a little on each side. Yeah, I have to trim that. Just a little. I want it to be something to grab hold of, because I don't want it to come out of the top. This should have been a thicker frame, but it'll be okay because I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on the edge right here, but not until... Oh, this cardstock should have been thick. This cardstock should have been longer. Should have been longer, but we'll at least have one on this side. We'll have a stopper on this side, and this should have been a little bigger because I need a stopper on that side too. But we'll at least have a stopper here. Oh wait, we can have a stopper there. We just have to use the back of the thing. Right? Fold this like this. We can just put our stopper here. I hope we're not smudging our stuff. So we can put one little stopper there. I didn't need all of those on there. Just one. Just one stopper. And then one stopper right here. Oh, brain. You're so weird. Alright, we're going to go ahead and undo that. Hold this very carefully. I'm just going to fold that over. Very, very carefully. Alright. And we're going to try not to smudge the front. And we probably should use glue, tape, but I'm going to use glue. No, I'm not. Because if that glue smudges and sticks to this, then it won't work. I'll be screwed. So, I'm going to take my tape runner right along the edge here. And I'm using that score mark that I made accidentally that I shouldn't have. So I can see my... Just make sure that's... Peel that. And we're just going to fold this over. Just like so. Oh, guys. Alright. It looks like a mess, man. My card's a mess. But... y'all see that? Is it as pretty as Jennifer McGuire's and stuff? No. But I did it. It's the whole magic. It's magic, I tell you. See that? I'm watching myself online to see what y'all are saying. Oh yeah, see, y'all get to see it. You see the color happen. See? Now for decoration purposes, to keep this bottom closed without gluing anything that we don't want glued, we're going to put some glue right here. I don't know if I need to go that far or not, but I'm going to put this piece here that we cut that looks like this. We're just going to put it right here to the edge. We're going to glue this baby down. And then we're going to turn it over. And we're going to glue it to this side too. Okay. Push that back in. Now if I'd have left a bigger frame here, I could have put a little finger slot thing, but I didn't. So, but there we go. We made a magic slider, guys. What do y'all think? Aside from my making a huge mess, boy, I got ink everywhere. I got splotches everywhere. I got powder everywhere. So I need to find out what ink will not smudge on acetate. Because boy, do I get it all smudging. You know, it's going to take practice. This is the first time I've ever made it just from memory of watching a video of somebody else doing it. I did it, y'all. Can she do it? Basically, yes. Perfect? No. But I did it. Now I need heat-resistant acetate, and I won't have to worry about the melting of it. So, then you can just take a card base if you want to put it on a card base. And just put it on a card base. But it doesn't need to go on a card base. If you do, you're gonna want to. I mean, this can be a card. You stamp the word pull right there. And then they pull it. And ta-da! You can't see, you make me smile, but you can see it when it's in here. See? Alright. That's what I wanted to do today. I did it. Whew. My brain needs a break. That was a lot. So I need to figure out. We could do that with vellum too. Vellum needs to be heat resistant vellum also. You know, see, you cannot use packaging or whatever because, well, it just won't look right. It won't look right. So have you guys made this kind of card before? Melissa, you say you have. Mine, the picture is still in the card, not on top. Oh. Oh. Okay, so where the heck does the... Yeah, the way Jennifer McGuire did it was too. Because what she did was, instead of have the two pieces to come together and slide out like this, this piece that's in between the two of them is the piece you slide out. So if you wanted to do it so that you would just have it so that the middle, the piece that's dividing them, that white piece that I glued down, that's why you were saying it wasn't going to work. Because you were thinking of the way you guys did it. But that's what happens, is if you do it so that the middle slides out, like Jennifer McGuire taught, and then your picture and all stays right in here. But if you do it where they're going over, like horse saddling, straddling the center. Ta-da! So like the way Melissa was talking about, I'm not going to do it right now. Wait, maybe we can. I already have some pre-colored images. I really don't want to go through all of that though, but to give you an idea, let's see. Are these pre-colored images the same size as the stamps? If they are, where'd they go? Where'd the ephemera pack go? If they're the same size as the stamps, then I can show you real quick what she's talking about. Right, the acetate and the colored piece stays in place, but the middle piece pulls out. Why can't I? That's why. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about because I just watched when I was looking for this. All right, is that the same size bunny? He's the same size bunny. These are LV handcrafted. Little ephemera pieces. So the way Miss Melissa's talking about doing it, I'm just going to make a real fast, so Melissa can see that I understand what she's talking about here. All right. Trying to remember how the frame was made though. Alright, I know how to do this. Let's fold this piece in half. This is a little bit smaller than 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This, actually, it is 4 1/4. So 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and this is 5 1/2. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So if we want to say we want to do it this way, right? Five 1/2 would be 2 1/4, right? 2 1/4. It's going to be the same idea. Half of 5 1/4. No, 5 1/2. Okay, 2 1/2 would be half of 5. So it would be 2 3/4 would be the half. That's what it'd be. 2 3/4 is half of 5 1/4, guys. That's the half. I'm bad at math, so let's hope this is right. 2 3/4. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. We fold that in half. I'm just going to make a small version. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't you know this yet? I'm just trying to Okay, so I don't need to do that. Yes, I do. I need a piece. I'm going to figure this out, Melissa, because I just watched her. No, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing this stuff. I'm going to cut this in half. Whatever I do, I need to have a piece that will go in between to pull out. So, if I take this card frame and I cut my frame like that, then I need the inside piece. Okay, just ignore my score line. Scratch the score. I'm sorry I'm killing you, but I know I can do this. My brain wants to figure it out. I'm sorry I'm killing you. So I need to take this and go up a size or two for this. That's what I need to do. I can do this. I promise you I can do this. I can figure this out. So we're going to die cut that. And we're going to open up our card base, because we're not going to die cut nothing out of the back of it. And we're going to die cut this right here. I'm glad you're laughing. I'm going to figure this out. I am. This needs to be straight. Doesn't matter what, and it doesn't matter if that's straight, because that piece in the middle is going to be my piece I use. This has to be straight down here, though. So we're going to... I got ink on everything. Right. The bunny's going to go in the card, and I'm going to get a piece of acetate, and I'm going to smudge smear, because I don't have any ink that won't smear. I just don't. Alright, wish me luck, y'all. Wish me luck. Alright. I'm not going to do stamps or any of that. I have some sentiments around here that I can stamp on it that you won't see on the acetate. I won't put it on the acetate. I'm only going to stamp the bunny just to show you guys what she's talking about, because I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's just getting my brain to work it out, because I just watched it done. I just watched it. This is two different types of magic sliders. That one, and then this one here, which is really cool. Alright, so pretend I don't have a score line. There's no score line, guys, okay? Don't need no score line. I need a piece of acetate also. Alright, there's my frame cut out. I don't need these two pieces, so I can make a card with those later. Maybe we'll do a series using your scraps. See, I'm getting ink everywhere. All right, let's score that down real good. This is really thick cardstock, guys. You can make it like a box too. There's so many things you can do with these, but you got to be able to line your acetate up. So we know that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Let's use a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 acetate. Hi, Fire's Horse Art. Every time you come in, I ask you your name, and every time you tell me your name, and my brain is like, I don't remember. But you tell me every time you come in here. I'm glad you're back. All right, we're going to cut this down. Let's measure this to see what size we have here. 5 1/2, very good. So we're going to cut this down to 4 1/4. Very, very good. If your environment's a little cleaner than mine, your acetate won't look like this. Alright, so my acetate will need to go right in here. I need to cut a hair off because it's not going to fit just perfectly. I see what you're telling me, and my brain is like, okay, that's a great idea, Melissa. Stamp it the acetate first. I'm only cutting a slither off because I want it not to be sticking out the very side. So just a slither. Like just an 1/8 off. Okay. This needs to be in here. We got so many cool things going on today. Just like so. Is it in there though, Linda? Or is it sticking out? It's in there. I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm going to tape it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tape it in here. And then I'll stamp it after I tape it. That way, I'm stamping in the correct position, the correct spot. So I'm just taping down my acetate. There we go. And I can always trim the outside if I need to later. But there we go. So we got that, right? And we're going to stamp our bunny on here. This stamp set is from Paper Escape, and it's beautiful. All right, we need to move our mice because we're not playing with the mice right now. We need to get our mice back out of here. Say, bzz, 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 go back where you belong, busy bee. I'm going to get ink all over my fingers because I didn't wipe it off like I should. Okay. And then we got the word friends. And then we got you make me smile. Right? Oh, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. It's going to be so easy. Because we're going to make it so it just pulls out. That's all. That's all. It's not going to... It's just easy peasy. Nothing complicated. Alright. Now. This is the way my card has to... Man, I've got ink and I have got... Alright. Let's get our bunny. Here, bunny, 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 bunny. He's so damn cute. Here, bunny, 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 bunny. Right here in the center. Remember, we got the acetate. That's what we're stamping on. And we still haven't figured out what ink to use so it doesn't... Let's try this one. Well, close to my hard ink. It's a solvent-based permanent ink, so it's not water-based and it's not pigment. It's an archive. Let's try that one. Let's make sure. Well, our bunny is stuck to the acetate, so he's as straight as he's gonna be. Hello, my darling. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime gal. You haven't yet made one from scratch? Oh, okay. Yes, this is illustrated by Meg Brighter. Yeah, very talented artist. Okay, my eye's twitching. I don't know why my eye is twitching. All right, that wants to stick to that acetate. When y'all do this, clean your hands and stuff in between. Clean your desk. Be careful what you're doing. Anyway, so we're going to use this ink here. This is a close to my heart ink. Let's not play with that. Let's just stamp our bunny up. Melissa, are you at your desk? And are you going to be at your desk all day? Alright, and we're just going to stamp our little bunny, bunny. Bunny, 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 bunny. You look so funny, you're a cute little bunny. Yes, wash your effing hands. We gotta do it again. We've got to do it again. I want to hit it with heat, but we saw what happened when I hit it with the heat. We saw what happens when I do that. That's as good as we're getting today. I'm gonna try. Oh, okay. You're watching till I finish, then you're running to town, and then your desk. Okay. Bunny is fighting the inks. Okay, I'm gonna try this heat the way Shanna said, from the back with the cardstock. I'm not gonna heat it up as much either. I'm gonna melt my acetate again. I don't know if that helped. I don't know if that did anything. What's her name? I don't really watch any cooking. Just pretend I didn't do that. It's smudged. All right. I'm going to put white down so you can see what I'm doing. And I've got embossing powder all over everything. Just pretend I didn't smudge him, okay? So I'm going to take my bunny. I'm going to line him up right here. I'm going to put tape on him first. Or glue. I'll put glue on him. We're going to line our bunny up. Just like that. And put some glue on him. And then I'm going to carefully close this down. Boy, my card's getting better every day. Every day, look at it. I don't know what happened there. Just making a mess. Okay, so there we go. You see the bunny? Isn't he cute? Isn't that a cute card? But we're going to make it the magic slider. So what we're going to do, if you got a punch to punch a little circle spot for your thumb, do that. Otherwise, get you a circle die, or get you a thumb slot die, which I have. I just don't want to pull it out when I have my circles right here. Let's see. That'd be good. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to do it out of all of this. So we'll have to run it through a couple times probably, because we're cutting acetate to acetate also. Or we may have to clean it up with our scissors, that's all. We'll see if the acid... Alright, usually when you got the acetate on, you're worried for Bun. Well, he'll be alright. We'll clean him up later. You wash your hands and you clean your desk in between your crafting stuff. I'm just like... This is my second attempt at a magic slider, second type of magic slider. So, I don't know if that cut all the way through. Let's see if it did. No, let's run it through again. But this time, I'm going to put it down. And I'm probably going to smudge my bunny some more. And we're probably going to hear cracking and cranking. Yeah, so you don't usually hear that cracking noise when the die is hitting directly onto the magic mat. You don't hear that cracking of the plastic. Okay, I'll have to check her out. The ink. Yeah, Bunny's on the back because of the ink is smudging and transferring and wiping off. We may have to stamp our bunny again. We may have lost our bunny, guys. It's like so much for a permanent ink. Well, Linda, you should do all stuff before you do the stamping anyway. Where did my circle die go? Of course, you put the whole thing back where it's supposed to be, Linda. That's why you can't find it. There you go. We're not going to worry about that. We're just going to use our scissors and clean it up. And now we got to restamp our bunny. We got to restamp our bunny. I mean, we can always do a bunch of ink spraying and everything on this too later to clean it, to make it cleaner looking. You know, we can cover that with cardstock or whatever. I remember we didn't do that. We still got somewhat of our bunny, but we don't really have our bunny that good. We, however, have not moved our stamp with our bunny, so we can always put him back in and stamp him again. I really need to figure out, well, I know how. I need heat-resistant acetate. Yeah, those are pre-colored. I don't know which artist, but in Paper Escape class, different artists created, designed and colored those, and we got the ephemera for it. Thanks, Danny. I'll be able to, when my chat shows the chat replay finally, it takes it like 24 hours to do it. When it does it though, then I'll be able to, remember this piece? Don't worry about that piece. Get you another piece of... I thought I cut it already. What the hell is... I thought I already had a piece that was 8 1/4. Doesn't even have to be white if you don't want it to be white, guys. You can change the way the card looks altogether. This is just a scrap piece, since we got all kinds of markings and everything. That's why Danny's called the super mod. Thank you, Danny. So I'm just cutting a hair off of this, a 1/4 inch off of this, so it can slide. Just so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Just so you guys can see this. All right. Actually, it needs to be smaller, because I need to have... It needs to be bigger than my window, but small enough that I can put little channels. If you know what I mean. I mean, you don't have to have a channel. It doesn't have to have channels. But you... Because what's going to happen is, look. You see how you got the white bunny? Right? Yep, there you go, Danny. And then this will pull out, and ta-da, you'll have a colored image. See? Ta-da! I actually probably don't need channels. I probably can just glue the 3 sides, and that's what I'm going to do, and we're going to call that a day. So we're just going to glue this just like so. I'm going to lay this down so that that glue isn't touching it. I mean, you should put things in for a channel, though. And if you want a stopper on it, you can just pull it all the way out, though. Tape would have grabbed faster. Cut it another hair off because it's not sliding easily. So anyway, that's how you can do it. You can do it that way. You can do it the way I did it. You can do all kinds of different ways, guys. Tape it on the side, it'll hold better. Instead of having my... So there you go. Ta-da! That's what you were talking about, right, Melissa? Yep. Yep, that's it, she said. See? So we got two different types of color changing cards. The tape will hold better. I'm going to have to go along the side here with tape because... And I don't need to glue that. I really just need to tape this edge because that glue's not holding because I'm moving it. And you should, if you're going to use glue, wait to play with it. Don't play with it right away. But if you're going to tape it, just run it right along the edge. Just the edge. You don't want to get all over here like I just did. Because now I have to cut my paper down even more probably. Or not. I might be able to just slide it like that. You want to put channels, you want to put things in there to give it so it'll slide easier. This isn't sliding easy because of that. But anyway, you guys get the idea. Say ta-da! Oh, you know what else? It's when you do this stamp on and color on your paper, this is catching on the ephemera. That's what's happening. It's pretty cool though, right? I think so. I think that this way is cool too. This way is easier. This way is a lot easier. But you know, Linda wanted to do the more complicated. This one's really easy, actually, guys. It's easier than I'm making it look. Really, it is. Way easier to do it this way. And then your picture stays in the card, but you're just, and you can display the card. Now you can just take it and put it on a case, you know, and then you can have something in the inside and you can display it that way. This one will be more displayable. But this one, to me, it's just like, I needed to figure out how to do it. I seen them do it, and I needed to figure out how they did it. They pull it out, and I couldn't figure out for the life of me how they were doing it. Well, the difference in the results is this card can't really be displayed with the color. Where this one, you just pull this completely out, right? And now you got your color that you can show. But yes, the same idea, the same result. Exactly. Yes, Firehorse. Exactly. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I really appreciate you hanging with me and crafting with me today. I had fun. Did y'all have fun? So much fun, fun, fun. Fun, fun, fun. Did y'all have fun? If you had fun and you know it, clap your hands. I can hear them all. If you had fun and you know it, clap your hands. I can hear them all. Ah. Hey, Jackie. You came in. Yeah, I'm getting ready to close out. Thank you for coming in, though. Everybody clap your hands. Clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap, clap. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. I think I need to go have some coffee. What you think? Thank you, Winston. I hope it was fun. I hope everybody had fun watching me figure things out without measurements and things. Look, it's a mess. It says Linda did this, okay? But it's something that now I can teach the grandkids. You know, it's something y'all can teach your grandkids or your children or your nieces or your nephews or your I don't know, the children in your life. Or maybe your adult kids want something to do with you that might be cool, you know? Right, they're just demo cards, exactly. They're just, I learned how to do this. Now I just got to learn to get some heat embossing resistant. Anyway, I hope every single one of you have a wonderful day. And I will catch y'all out there on them YouTube streets. Don't forget. Excuse me, sorry. Just in case I don't come on here before Saturday night. Today, what is today? Wednesday? Is today Wednesday? I might have some in the dining room, but I know for a fact I have some over there on that wall. I bet I moved it over here. Today is Wednesday? Okay. So I probably won't wait that long to go live. You know, I get bored and then I decide I want to go live and I want to craft with my buddies, and that's how I know if Melissa's up and about and around. She's usually sleeping when I start wanting to craft because, you know, it's like she's 4 hours behind me. Scott is a ninja. What's up, dude? Hey, Shanna. Anyway, so Saturday night, May 2nd, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Keep your eyes open. Yay, Denise is up again. Keep your eyes open because I will be on live. For sure it's going to stream to my channel too. I don't know. But with Stamper Girl, who is Delise, those of us that know her, Stamper Girl is Delise. Broke Bank Craft Along, so BBCA, and it's you don't have to pay to play to craft with us event. There's a whole bunch of teachers going to be teaching May 1st, May 2nd, and May 3rd. All day long. There's an event going on for the crafters that costs a lot of money to attend. So this is a virtual alternative for all of us to craft together without having to pay, you know? And a bunch of teachers and stuff are going to donate their time and teach us different crafts. And so I'm going to be on crafting with Delise at 8 p.m. All right. Right, Denise. Usual Suspects Crafting Edition. Ooh. Ah, good idea. All right, guys. I hope to see you around. And till next time. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey. Goodbye. Hope you had fun crafting with me. Hey. Goodbye. Sure? No, not really.